We are 4 days removed from Judgment Day and Vince McMahon is on the warpath. No one is safe from being fired. But before we get fired into this review, let's address the massive elephant in the room. Top 5 moments, they've been dropped from the channel. I'll give you a few short reasons why. Number 1, they didn't draw a damn pal. They were like Sami Zayn.
It's our equivalent to women's wrestling on our channel.
That's pretty much it. And another reason is, it kind of takes away from the reviews, because guess what, folks? You can't really... I mean, we can, but it's like... It's 6 of one, half a dozen the other. If you get fully stuck into a segment in the review, it kind of makes the top 5 moment worthless. But then at the same time, if you don't get stuck into the review, and then you talk about it more in the top 5 moments, what about the people that watch the review? They're going to feel like they've been hard done by. And also...
Then what about the 7 people that watch the top 5 moments, you know?
What about the 7 guys? But see, unless we get about, 7 guys donating about 10 grand each and a few pies, then I don't think it's ever making a return.
But right now, the views feel more like 5 guys and fries, so... The fries are now going in the bag.
Never had a 5 guys?
Nah, too expensive. I can't afford a 5 guys. The great subscribers of Fog Wrestling need to treat me to one.
They do indeed. Anyway,
how much is a fucking burger out of 5 guys? Like $100?
I've never had one.
Someone send me a super $100 and I'll go and do a food review. 5 guys.
Oh, you WJ, take his wee gimmick.
I know, that gimmick's available.
Saturday morning slam. Well, it's Thursday, May 22nd, 2003. McMahon kicks off the show. He is fuming. He wants blood. He says for too long things have been shit around here.
Do you think McMahon had to work night shift before SmackDown started, or was he fully fresh?
McMahon's the kind of guy that got 2 hours sleep a night and was in the gym at 3 AM. Something tells me you're not him.
Oh,
that's you, buddy, didn't it? Like, I mean, what's your comeback to that? Nothing. Absolutely hee-haw. But has SmackDown been shit for a while? I mean, I wouldn't say it's been shit, but pretty much ever since the brand split started, apart from like the early... I'd actually argue the case, ever since Stephanie McMahon came in, Raw's fucking smoked it every day of the week. Well, every week of the year. That's probably the better explanation. Would you go with that? Bischoff's just better than Stephanie. It is what it is. And the GM meant so much in this period.
Unfortunately, I would also agree with that. Now, SmackDown has its moments, certainly. You've got McMahon, who is much more... He's just much more active on SmackDown. He almost feels like an active member of the SmackDown roster. Whereas on Raw, you never really see him. Also, SmackDown, you've got the up-and-coming John Cena, which is great. But is it any coincidence that McMahon right now is currently on Raw, SmackDown and has nothing to do with Raw, really? Probably not. I reckon the combination of Bischoff on Raw and then you factor in Stone Cold returning, McMahon probably looks at that and goes, you know what, the guys don't really need my help.
Yes.
Whereas you look at SmackDown under the leadership of Stephanie McMahon, I think it certainly does need that heel authority figure. So McMahon's essentially on SmackDown to save the day.
He is, and obviously it doesn't make sense for McMahon to be a GM while Bischoff's a GM, because that's a bit demeaning to McMahon. I think it makes total sense that he's been back.
Bischoff.
No, I think it'd be demeaning to McMahon. Why would he be a fucking GM when Bischoff's a GM?
McMahon's not a GM though, so it would
it
would be demeaning to Bischoff, because Bischoff would be the GM, but he'd have the owner fucking overshadow him and rocking up. The whole point of McMahon being on SmackDown is he doesn't really trust Stephanie. If he was on Raw, it would be demeaning to Bischoff, not McMahon.
I'm talking about if McMahon was GM on SmackDown.
But he's not GM, he's the owner.
That's why I'm saying it's better if he's just floating from above.
See those 2 brain cells that you've got inside of there, right? Try and rub them together and pretend you're trying to create a fire, right?
At least I've got 2 brain cells to rub together. You've got hee-haw.
Dancers, they won't eat other dancers. They won't eat.
I don't want to talk about Jey Uso in this review. This is good, right?
How can you think it's demeaning to McMahon and not the...
I'm saying if he was GM.
No, but he would never be GM.
My point. He was GM, actually. Him and Flair were technically GMs.
Yeah, he was the owner.
He was the owner. Well, cool owner. He ran SmackDown, Flair ran Raw.
No, you've lost this one. 100% it would be demeaning to Eric Bischoff.
You're so far behind in the race, you actually think you're leading? You're fucking shite.
Oh, who did you steal that from?
Junior Soprano.
It's pretty good, don't it?
It's alright.
No, but it's mental. Come on, you're having a Down since day. You're having a Down syndrome moment here, where you seem to think if McMahon was on Raw, it would be demeaning to him.
Right, you dumb cunt. I'm not saying McMahon's on Raw. I've never once said that. You need to open your ears.
No, you are. You're
no, I'm
saying,
not. I never said McMahon's on Raw.
If he was.
No, I did not say that. I said if he was on SmackDown as GM and Stephanie didn't exist, it would be demeaning. It would be demeaning to him because he'd be going against the guy he put out of business. It makes much sense that McMahon's a level above Bischoff.
Alright, now it's been changed.
No,
mid-race.
I'm not having that. What happened is you started on slick tyres on a wet track. That's what I've been saying since day one. It's day one. Retard.
No, the finish line has been moved.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You just didn't listen.
No, the whole point we're making is McMahon's on SmackDown and not Raw because Raw doesn't need him. Whereas SmackDown does. SmackDown needs that heel authority figure.
Yes, I'm not denying that, but my point is it makes sense for him to be the owner on SmackDown rather than be the GM because that would be demeaning.
But he would never be the GM because he's the owner.
He was the GM once before with Flair, wasn't he?
He wasn't. He was a co-owner.
It was pretty much GM.
No, he wasn't.
It was before he brought GMs in, so he was there for. He was.
So was McMahon pretty much the GM in the 90s when he was fucking over Austin?
No, that was different.
That was different.
In the 90s, it was always McMahon. You might have had the odd time where it was like, oh, this guy, but no, him and Flair were co-owners, and therefore they were both running each show. That was the GMs, essentially.
McMahon's never been a GM. McMahon's the owner.
How about you?
The owner of the board.
How about you just put the fries in the bag and we'll move on to the first match of the evening, alright?
You go stick McMahon.
Well, it was also the first time it was the intro of the new intro. They've lost the beautiful people and gained We Want It All.
So what you're saying is you never claimed that McMahon should be on Raw.
Yeah.
Or if you never.
Do you want me to pause this and we'll fucking go back and listen to it?
You never say. Tell you what.
Nah, I'm not doing that because that wastes time, right? Assumption is the mother of all fuck ups, and that's what you did. Alright, I'll hoover that line for fucking pen as well. Anyway, time for the first match of the evening. It's tag team titles. Eddie Guerrero and Tajiri hot off their shite ladder match, and they're taking on Team Angle, baby. Right, obviously what you got here was a much better match than the match at the pay-per-view because guess what? These guys aren't good with ladders. At this stage of the game, I believe that if your name didn't end in Hardy, could you really have a successful ladder match? I mean, that's not to say there wasn't guys that couldn't do it, but if you look at this time period, the guys that had the good ladder matches was the Hardy Boys, folks. But here, simple match, shenanigans in there with Eddie Guerrero, they retain the belts, you know, titles getting handed over to Charlie Haas, he's looking dumbfounded, like a Scooby-Doo moment as the referee rings the bell. But see Team Angle without Angle, they just feel extremely flat, like Shayna Baszler's chest, and I've got nothing really good to say about them. I had fond memories of this team, but see actually rewatching 2003, I can't help but feel they're a wee bit shite. Do you agree with that?
Yep, Eddie Guerrero up to his old tricks, lie, cheating and stealing, indeed. Even though it's Tajiri's teaming up with not Ty and Ty, but still, good wee partnership, Tajiri and Eddie Guerrero. I like it. And probably better to have a normal match rather than a ladder match based on Tajiri's showing at Judgment Day.
Limitations. To me it proves as well that Chavo Guerrero is just a jobber, folks, because Guerrero still got over the cheating gimmick here with Tajiri. Like Chavo,
I think Chavo can get injured and you can replace Chavo with Tajiri, but if Eddie got injured, I just don't really see Chavo Guerrero and Tajiri being tag team champs.
No,
I just don't see it.
Might be a throwaway match in the Cruiserweight division, but not tag team champ material. We got a recap of Zach Goyen debuting last week. Vince then runs into Stephanie, then he runs into Piper and Sean O'Hare. He points out, right, how about we have this match? And then like, no, we're not going to do that. But then Sean O'Hare comes up with a great idea. How about I take on Hogan tonight, Mr. America, brother? And if I win, then that means he has to undergo the lie detector test next week. But if he wins, brother, then Roddy Piper is gone. McMahon's like, you're fired, pal. So, is Mr. America getting beat by Sean O'Hare tonight?
It was McMahon that made that stipulation, not O'Hare, for anyone confused.
That's good. That's good that you remembered that. Right. Very good. Proud of you there. Spanky's up next, though.
He didn't, so, yeah.
Spanky's up next, though. How great's that? Spanky coming out.
Hey, Spanky, hey. Dog.
Spank it down. Kurt Angle's back in 2 weeks. Thank fuck. Anyway, but yeah.
We need him.
Alright, we need him.
We need
pal.
you, Kurt.
Cena hits the FU. Spanky's defeated. It's weird how Cena went from feuding with Brock to feuding with... I know he's been in this feud with Spanky for a while, but...
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Hey, Spank. I mean, Cena did his rap here, but you know what? It doesn't do it justice, us trying to remember the lyrics of what he said. You need to listen to Big John. Anyone that thinks that prick Max Caster's better than Prime John Cena, then... Need your wee head looked at, to be honest. But Cena wins. Spanky gets not buried, but... Alright, the FBI sitting backstage. Gabagool, over here. Just whipping out every Soprano dialogue in the world. They would have been proud of my Junior Soprano reference earlier, that's for sure.
I actually think Sopranos stole season 5 and 6 from the FBI.
That's why they delayed it. They
needed to get some FBI...
James Gandolfini needed to see what the FBI were up to.
James Gandolfini needed to rip off Nunzio.
See, the FBI, they could have been so much better than what they were. They could have pushed... I mean, see, to be fair, like, they are in a programme with Brock here, but...
Yeah,
they lacked a guy that was, like, truly, like, main offender.
Well, that doesn't even bother me. What bothers me is I think in 6 months' time there'll be not even a trace of the FBI.
They'll be sleeping with the fishes.
Pretty much. Dexter Morgan will have put them at the bottom of the ocean.
Definitely.
Which is sad. But here, seeing wrestling, that was a great thing about the Ruthless Aggression era and the Attitude era. Like,
sink or swim.
You'd have people that would be great, but maybe would only have like a shelf life of like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months.
Guys that are shite now last a decade.
Yeah, it was frustrating. Like, yeah, there's so many good talents that only popped up for a bit and then disappeared and left you wanting more. Whereas today, I mean, you've got shite like Sami Zayn who lasts a decade.
No, absolutely. Talking about a guy that's sleeping with the fishes, Chris Benoit, he's up next. He's taking on Matt Hardy.
I'd say he's more of a sleep with the sharks kind of guy, but
probably.
He smells blood, you're in trouble.
He does smell blood, but speaking of blood, Matt, he likes his steak medium well, and he's got more teeth than Benoit. That's the facts this week.
He's got more life than Benoit as well.
Yep, and he's got less kills than Benoit. I'll give Matt Hardy that.
More kids
too. On this day, yes, Edge. Anyway, side effect to
more
Benoit.
Kids too.
Absolutely, he's got more kids. A lot more kids.
Helps when you're not deleting them.
That's fucking damn sure. Matt hits the non-yodeling leg drop. Benoit's hitting suplexes. You've got Rey Mysterio on commentary for this match. You know, I thought Rey actually did a pretty decent job on commentary here.
Booyaka.
619. You got distractions here, and then essentially what happens... Big Benoit, he locks the crossface in on Matt. No one gets out of this alive. I mean, Ray did get involved, but Crash Holly and Shannon Moore, they just, I mean...
The new Job Squad 2.0.
They are. I think it suited Shannon Moore. At this stage, what's Crash Holly doing? If you ain't a Holly, then what's Crash doing? You know, like see, what is his gimmick past being a Holly? I don't feel like he needs to be an MFer.
I think Crash Holly's one of the more overrated guys in wrestling. I honestly think he sucks.
It peaked when he came out with a scales, didn't it?
Yeah, but I actually look back and think that Hardcore was doing some good stuff and he came in and kind of ruined it.
Till the big show, the big shots looking at him, and then Crash Holly came in with Molly, and it was like, what are you two doing?
Crash Holly's overrated. Yeah, he had that Jungle Gym match and he had the scales, but other than that, like, I don't think the guy's done much.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the worst guys of the Attitude Era into the Ruthless Aggression. R.I.P. Crash, but...
No, but essentially he stole Hardcore's gimmick. Hardcore Holly was taking on all the big guys. Hardcore Holly...
Crash was taking on guys that were 6 foot and he was considered the big shot.
But Hardcore Holly... Yeah, he never had the scales, like, but it's not like Crash Holly came up with that. But Hardcore Holly seemed to believe that he was like a super heavyweight, trying to take on all the other super heavyweights. Remember he was like calling it Big Show, I'm sure he called it Viscera as well. Kane. And then they kind of just brought in Crash Holly and just gave him scales, but it wasn't as good.
No, it wasn't as good, but I mean, it was for more. Oh, he repeated what he said there. Some fucking losers about to have a hissy fit here. Crash Holly's about to wrap a weightlifting fucking machine around his neck. But I preferred Hardcore Hollies, but in all honesty, I do think Crash whipping out the scales was pretty funny. No, I think so. It makes sense that a guy that's like 5'4" whipping out the scales is better than Hardcore Holly.
True.
with the size deficiency. But anyway, we'll move on. Matt calls out Ray. He's like, you're jumping borders, they say. I'll give you a cruiserweight match. You can defeat Crash Holly and Sharon Muir. I tell you what, man, he does, but he fucks his legs up. I do not know what happened to Ray in this match. It's like he did both quads or something. Limping around, hobbling around, and then it looks like after he wins, Matt's supposed to jump in and batter him. He doesn't do it, and then Ray gets carried up the ramp by like Jimmy Cardenas or Cardonas, whatever his name is, and some other fucking bum.
Aye, Rey Mysterio just getting carried out by 2 refs. It was kind of sad looking.
Yeah, and it looks like his groin has been pulled in some capacity. He's just back. The last thing he needs at this
No
stage,
luck, Ray.
at the stage of his career, but Matt then beats up both guys. I'm willing to bet big money if Ray doesn't get done in here. He beats up Ray and not 2 of his guys. I think this was Matt doing a wee bit of thinking on the fly, pal. Right, I think this was hands down the worst part of the show. Up next, I don't know if you agree. Stephanie's sit-down interview with Zach Guyon. This was crap. This was cringe. Stephanie McMahon as a face has never worked. Unless it was like literally the start when she was getting fired on a crucifix, man, and Austin came out to save her. Because we didn't know her. McMahon was like, take me to the son of a bitch. Take me to the rapist.
Take me to him. Take me to him.
That was good. But see this, Stephanie, talking about Zach Guyon and his disability and the fact that he's missing his entire left leg, does nothing for me.
Yeah, but here, maybe that's what they were going for. Maybe this was supposed to be a real moment rather than sports entertainment.
Maybe, but I don't know. Zach Guyon, man, it just came across as fucking cringe. He's talking about Make-A-Wish and he's like, kids, a lot of kids I grew up with had the same disease as me. They're all dead, but I'm here and I want to make a career for myself in the WWE. And then pans to McMahon watching the fucking monitor. He's seething. And then it pans to Hogan. You know, he's working out. He's oiled up. McMahon confronts him. He's like, God damn it, Hogan. You're a coward. Hogan walks off in the right direction, but then McMahon starts looking at the left. He's like, I'm gonna fucking find you out next week, pal. It's all over you. And he's screaming at him. Some good shit, but I think McMahon was looking in the wrong direction. Anyway, it's Johnny Stamboli. Up next, he's taking on Brock Lesnar, pal. He thought he was taking on The Rock, but Nunzio pointed out that he's not taking on The Rock, he's taking on Brock. But at least, right, at least this is like a funny thing. Oh, it's not Rock, it's Brock. What do you get today? Oh, you're not taking on D-Generation X, R-Truth, you're taking on DIY. Quite the come down. At least going for Rock to Brock's not bad. Going for DX to DIY is a shotgun to the chest. Damn near
criminal.
I mean, it is a shotgun to the chest, but I thought this match was pretty good, but it ends in a DQ because the FBI get involved. They start battering the hell out of Brock Lesnar. Dead man walking. You gone it now. You gone and made a big mistake. Big Evil comes out. Undertaker, he's dropping the FBI. See, this is a guy that's coming back for a short injury. Elbow surgery, folks, and he's back, and it looks like that prick. What's he called? What's the Australian guy? Nathan Jones?
Nathan Jones is gone, I think.
Nathan Jones had his
Nathan Jones didn't want to work Tuesday.
Monday. Nathan Jones' first
Sunday.
Nathan Jones' first match in the company was off screen behind the fucking door. Work at it.
The true definition of a dark match.
What was that thing he said?
What
was that thing he said that we kept quoting him like a couple of months ago? Do you remember? No. Can't remember. It was something pish. I remember him and Taker.
You got a problem, mate?
Is there a problem here? You? That's the problem, Nathan Jones.
Is there a problem here?
But anyway, Undertaker making the save. It's good to see Taker. I'm all for the dead man. But honestly, Taker, WrestleMania 19, what did he do to McMahon around those months? Because he must have fucking done something dirty.
He did, but still kept the streak intact, didn't he? I went over A-Train and Big Show. Anyway, Big Show, Lesnar, Taker. Are we going to see them take on the FBI maybe next week?
That's
possibly?
A big match, and also at this point we don't have a pay-per-view penciled in for SmackDown because Raw has bad blood. So
yeah, so I believe the next SmackDown pay-per-view will be the Great American Bash.
And I think the good thing about this is it will naturally just improve SmackDowns. They will have to put bigger matches on.
No, I agree, and just bigger builds as well to pay-per-views might help.
It might help, but it might suffer when your roster gets a wee bit weaker at some points. But Sable comes out, generic stuff for Sable, but then...
Nah, I don't think so. I think with the co-branded shows, there wasn't enough matches for each brand. I think they were missing it.
We'll see, but here, going into the later years when you're losing guys like Brock, Goldberg, and more people like that, you could begin to suffer.
Yeah, but the only way to create, like, top guys is to have them on pay-per-views. If you've got guys that are never actually getting on a pay-per-view, then how can you expect...
gotta pay to view it, pal, don't you? Speaking of a guy that is retired, Taz, he's sitting there, Sable dances in front of him, pours water over herself. It's like, how the fuck did you pick Tori over me? And you know what, Taz is like, it was the New Orleans crowd. Taz, I think you're talking shit.
Yeah, Taz, I think you need to own up here, man up. And
he gave them the chance to chant for Sable.
And then he just...
Tori, and then he's like, oh, she won.
Then he just declared her the winner.
I think Sable's definitely within her right.
I actually thought Sable did win, to be fair. But she's not too happy. Then she just pours her water over Taz, who really does not like this. I mean, Taz may as well have been a fucking cat here that had lost 7 of his lives. He didn't like the fact he got water poured on him. And I mean,
he was looking pissed before the water got poured on him. But you could literally see the steam coming off his dome.
I don't know if it's because he was getting called out and he felt like there's nothing he could really do about it.
Did it make him look weak? I think what you got to bear in mind here, folks, is Taz ain't just your normal commentator. Like, he does, you know, he's a former wrestler, and they take a bit more pride.
So is Jerry Lawler, but I mean, let's be honest. Like,
when does this stuff happen? Jerry would have fucking paid money for this to happen to him.
Well, that's true.
I don't think if Sable pours water over Jerry the King Lawler, he's standing up for a square go.
No.
But Taz did. He takes the headset off when the sunglasses come off Taz.
Yeah, Taz was ready to batter Sable, but then he remembered that she's dating Brock Lesnar. He thought, oh fuck,
I need to reel this in.
Right.
But yeah, you know what? Decent segment. McMahon then explains the lie detector test to O'Hare. He's like, if you win tonight, O'Hare, next week your first question I'm asking, brother, is, are you Hulk Hogan? The Mr. America. We'll have to wait and see what will happen, but it's Mr. America versus Sean O'Hare. Sean O'Hare's probably one and only SmackDown main event. You know what? I mean, it's one of Hogan's last matches in WWE history, like, so you just gotta fucking take them as you come. And it's sad that this is one of the last times you'll get to see Hulk Hogan have a match. It truly is, but I thought the match was good. McMahon whips out the local sheriff department, pal, and he arrests Zach Gowen. Arrest that man!
Arrest that handicapped individual.
Oh wait, he's got one leg. So they're arresting him. The cops aren't doing a very good job here because they're pissing themselves at McMahon. Hogan looking like a fucking goofball. It's Zach Gowen getting quartered up the ramp.
Yep, Hogan gives chase. The referee starts the count.
What you gonna do, Hogan? Oh, you're gonna get counted out, pal. What about that lie detector? And then Hogan starts running back at like 9 and like 9/10. So McMahon's like, no, Hogan, no. It's just...
Oh no, Hogan! Hogan gets counted out. Sean O'Hare gets the win. Mental. Didn't have that in the bingo card. Sean O'Hare defeating Hulk Hogan.
No, right. I thought this was actually pretty good, right? But Scott's Blog of Doom says, if this is the best they can do to elevate O'Hare, they're in more trouble than I thought they were. Right.
What's the guy expecting? O'Hare to squash Hogan clean in 2 minutes?
O'Hare went like, what, 8 minutes here with Hogan and actually beat him via count out. I'm sorry, folks. That's as good as it should get for O'Hare.
Yeah.
Until he's actually built up to a level that you feel like he can actually beat Hogan.
The fact that O'Hare actually stepped in the ring with Hogan and didn't eat the leg drop in a pin, that's putting O'Hare over.
I just see these people that review these shows, right? And we're not even talking about they reviewed it in 2003. This guy reviewed this in 2017.
I mean, he did better than Roddy Piper, didn't he?
No, that is for sure. I don't understand what people's problem is with like these guys. I mean, I like Sean O'Hare, even though his theme here, what the fuck? That was the worst thing I've ever heard, by the way.
Wasn't expecting to hear it twice.
It sounded like elevator music. We did hear it twice, but why do people like want to rewrite wrestling history? Why are we expected to have Sean O'Hare defeat Hulk Hogan clean when Hulk Hogan is Hulk Hogan, right? Well, let's just like go forward to the current year we're in, sadly, 2025. Hulk Hogan, who's the equivalent to Hulk Hogan? A Roman Reigns?
Probably more John Cena, isn't it?
There probably is more John Cena, right? But he's a heel, so I like to go down the road of a face more in this instance. Hogan's a face, right? Who, on the level of Sean O'Haire today, even though I put Sean O'Haire above most people today, is going to defeat Roman Reigns clean in the SmackDown main event? Well, first of all, folks, Roman Reigns doesn't even work on TV, so that's out the question.
Sean O'Haire would be
like a Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross's sidekick.
Aye, Karrion Kross's... Aye.
Karrion Kross was more like the Piper, and then Sean O'Haire, I guess, would be like a member of the AOP.
But also, to me, like you lack a wrestling brain if you can't see what they're doing here storyline-wise. It makes sense. You've got Hogan getting counted out because he doesn't know what to do. Do I go and beat Sean O'Haire and avoid the lie detector test? Or do I stick up for my new pal and my new, sidekick, Zach Guyon? It tugged on the heartstrings for the Hulkster, but these dumb cunts...
better than tugging on his leg, that's for sure.
But see these dumb bastards that just love wrestling and nothing more? They don't understand the storyline here, don't they not?
No.
They just want a 15-minute match between Sean O'Haire and Hulk Hogan. But this is good. This is good. You had Hogan, in between the cops and in between the ring. He didn't know what to do, and he was torn between the two, and he lost both in the end. And next week he's going to get that machine wrapped up to his 22-inch pythons, brother, and he's going to have to tell some home truths, or else it's going to be a hell of a lot of pain for the guy. And I'm looking forward to it anyway. Not the greatest SmackDown, but I'm just sick of people that bash stuff like this. It's a storyline and it's an entertaining segment. If you can't, why's everything got to be wrestling? Wrestling match. See if everything was just a wrestling match like it is in 2025. Guess what? It's shit.
Absolutely. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I like it. Taker's return. We got Sean O'Haire, Hogan, and all the good John Cena rap. FBI. I'm digging the FBI.
We are missing Kurt Angle though, aren't we?
Big time. We need Kurt back.
I feel like Kurt just adds a whole different dimension to the show. Anyway, guys, I'll agree with this.
The show is hurt without Kurt.
That's it, my brother. That's it. 6 out of 10. If you desperately want top 5 moments to return, then you're going to have to reach deep into those pockets and send Fog Wrestling a lot of money. Till next time. Peace.